Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing glutes. I just picked some basic exercises that we'll be doing. First, we're going to be doing a dumbbell sumo deadlift. This is not a squat, this is a deadlift. You're going to have your feet slightly shoulder width more apart. And let's get started. Okay. I got interrupted by somebody. Always tends to happen with me when I'm filming. Okay, back to the exercise. So you're going to have your feet a little bit more shoulder width apart, a little bit wider than that, because we're working on the glutes. And this is what it is going to look like. Again, you can have your feet straight or you can have them a little bit outward. Now, depending on your hips. Mine's fit better when it's a little bit outward because I have tight hip and I don't want to strain my hip flexors, so it works for me. So like I said, you're not going to be doing a squat where that is a dumbbell squat. We are doing a deadlift. That means the back is a straight at the back. We're just going to go down and up. That's the movement. Let's put this movement that we just did with the dumbbell now. Again, you could use a barbell. Doesn't really matter. I like to use a dumbbell. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to go up, position yourself, go down, hit 90 degree, and then go back up. You don't have to go all the way down, but just go 90 degrees and you'll be okay. If you're a little too shy from 90 degrees, that's totally fine as well. Just go however low you can go. And make sure you choose a weight that you can do for up to 15-20 reps. Now, most of the contraction is happening at the bottom of the movement. When you come up, don't exaggerate that thrust. It's really not necessary. A lot of people do it. Don't realize that all the work is being done at the bottom of the movement and not at the top. At the top, we're just having a brief pause. Moving along to the second exercise, which is very brutal, is the barbell hip thrust. I know that there's a machine for it in some gyms. It's very convenient. I'm old school. I like the weights and the barbell a lot more better. You're going to need a bench, a pad to protect your hips, and you're going to need weight plates that you can easily slide your legs in under the bar. If you use weight plates that are a little bit smaller, like a 10 or a 15 or so, depending on what your gym has, it can tend to hurt your knees and thighs because you have to slide the bar. So do keep that in mind. And of course, this is a heavy exercise, so do also keep that in mind. So you're going to sit upright. You're going to bring the bar to your hips. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that your back should be touching the bench. We don't want to strain our back. So right where I put my hand, that's where the bench should be touching your back. So another thing that I want to point out here is that when you thrust up, we are trying to make a 90 degree with our body. That's the correct form right there, 90 degrees. Got to keep that in mind. It benefits me to scooch up a little bit more to create the perfect 90 degree. You're going to imagine like there is a horizontal line in front of you and you are just going to place your feet right at that horizontal line. Another important thing, you don't want to strain your neck. Don't look up the ceiling. Don't look at the sides. You want to look down. Your chin should be touching like your collarbone area, and then you're going to thrust up. And wiggle around and find the perfect 90 degree for you. Again, in here, you don't want to over-exaggerate the thrust at the top. Doesn't do anything additional for you. All the workload is done at the bottom of the movement. The more you point your feet outward, the more it's going to get your hamstrings. The more you put your feet a little bit inwards, closer to you, the more it's going to get your glutes. Just a little tip. Depends on what you want to work on. This exercise doesn't only work for your glutes, it works for your hamstrings as well. Super convenient. All right, so let's put all what we learned into action, bringing the bar closer to me, imagining there is a horizontal line in front of me, and then I'm going to pick up the weight. Again, you can go underneath or on top. That is totally your choice how you want to pick up the bar. When it gets a little bit heavy, I like to grip it the other way. Again, 90 degrees. And let's go. Wiggle around and squeeze at the top. Don't over squeeze. We're just doing a pause. We're just resting at the top. All the workload is being done at the bottom. And this exercise is heavy and it will burn. Make sure you remember that horizontal line in front of you. Moving to another great exercise for the glutes is the cable kickbacks. I am using the cable here. I have a little strap that I'm strapping around my ankles into the cable, and in this one, again, you're going to bend over and you're going to create a flat back. See how my back is pretty flat? That's what you want. If you go a little bit too less flat, more like 45 degrees or so, you can run the risk of hurting your back, and we don't want that. So depending on whichever leg I'm working on, I am working on my left, so that means my body is going to go to the right. It's just a little weird. I like to grab my hand and place it on the glutes that I'm working on, and I like to kick it to the back. I place my hand over there to give me support, and I'm going to just kick it back. Remember to keep that flat back posture. It is super, super important, especially when you try to go up the weight, because you can run the risk of hurting your back, and we don't want that. Again, we're trying to save the back, so I have a little tip for you guys. I feel like my back starts to hurt whenever I do go up the weight, so I use this trick. I did this in my other video in my glutes, and somebody said that they didn't think about using a box to put it up there. It helps, really does. It also helps positioning your back flat and make sure that you don't run into any injuries. And also, I find that it just really focuses that muscle a little bit more. So you're really isolating your glutes like you should be in here. So you're not just kicking just to kick, but you can actually feel it in your glutes. So same thing you'll do here. Again, I'm working on my left glute, so my body is going to shift to the right side. It works this way. And I'm just going to kick it back. And when I kick, I pause for a brief second, and then I go and do another rep. Again, you don't want to just kick around. You actually want to have a good mind-muscle connection with this exercise. And that is all for the glutes exercises. I hope you guys give these a try and learn something new. Utilize these so that you can exercise in a much more safer way. And again, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you'll be updated on my future videos. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you guys so much, and bye-bye.